Hey everybody, Kyle, not your average finance guy. Today I'm going to show you a little trick. It's a super easy example of how if you got zero cash flow. So you got your money coming in and your money going out is exactly level and you owe $10,000 on your credit card. I'm going to show you how you can get out of that debt in a fraction of the time, not by getting a side gig, not by cutting expenses, not by changing anything except for where your money goes. Okay, where does your paycheck go first? So let's jump into this example here, and I'm going to show you this. So here's what we're going to assume is our income is $5,000 a month. Your expenses are equal that 5,000, so you got 5 in, 5 out, and we got $10,000 of credit card debt at 29% interest. Okay. The minimum payment on this card is $400 a month, which that's up in here in your expenses. Your rent is $1,000, then everything else, down to your kids' toys, gas, insurance, whatever else you need to pay, it comes out of that $3,600. Okay, for this example. If you do nothing different and you're never putting any more money on this credit card, it's going to take you 39 months to pay that off. You'll be paying a total of $5,500 in interest. And so a total payment on the 10 grand is going to be 15,000. Okay, it's going to take you 36. It's just going to take you 3 months or 3 years and 3 months to pay this off just by following what you're doing now, right? So what if we change one thing? So let's go over here to the next slide. And all right, so since we've got rent of $1,000, we can't put that on our credit card, but we're going to assume we can put everything else on our credit card. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our income. When our income comes in, we're going to dump the entire paycheck less rent onto that credit card. Okay, so what that does is it takes that credit card payment. Now your minimum payment was $400. Say you get paid weekly, you're going to throw $1,000 a week on this credit card. And that's going to knock it down throughout the month. Now, since you've paid $4,000 towards the credit card, that $400 minimum payment is fine. It's taken care of, right? So that's satisfied. All right. So you've got $3,600 on everything else. Since you paid $4,000. This is average, through the end of the month. You're going to put everything else on your credit card. Nothing more. That's key. You can't put anything more on it. So we're going to continue to live like we were living and put the same amount of expenses on. So you go to the gas station, you can buy your kids toys, whatever else you're doing, put it on your credit card. Now, if you can't put on your credit card, I pulled rent out. This is just a super simple example. If there's something else that you can't put on a credit card, then pull that out as well. But we're going to try to put as much money as we can on that one credit card that we're trying to destroy here. So a little key is watch out by putting big chunks onto your credit card. So at first, maybe you put a couple $100 on it every day. Okay, so you get a paycheck, say you get $1,000 net paycheck in, and the next day you're going to put $200 on your credit card. For the next 5 days, you just put $200 towards your credit card. Sometimes credit cards will lower your limit if you make a big chunk. So if you just drop bang, $5,000 and your credit's not that good, they might lower your limit. So we don't want that to happen because now we got nowhere for our other expenses to go. So we have to have room for that. So maybe if you're gonna go get gas in your car tomorrow and it's $50, maybe today I'm gonna pay $50 towards my credit card. Tomorrow I'm gonna put $50 right back on. And you're like, well, what's the deal? It's like, well, we're getting rid of this $400, this minimum payment, which is mostly interest because we're paying 29% interest here. Most of that is just going to interest. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that against the credit cards, and we're going to turn that into pure principal payments. Okay, so stay with me here. I know this can get confusing, but if we just do this method, look what happens. So if we run all the numbers, and we're going to say month 0 this is our starting point, our $10,000. If our normal interest would be $189, and then principal would be $212. So these two add up to $400. So if we do this by doing this, putting the $4,000 a month towards the credit card, what it does is it knocks that balance down from $10,000. As soon as we get that done, it's down to basically $6,000. Now, yes, your expenses come back in and it trickles back up, but net, the way credit cards charge you interest is the average daily balance. So if you can knock that daily balance way down, you know, at the first part of the month would be ideal. And then towards the end of the month, that's when you go get gas, and that's when you make all of your expenditures. You're going to keep that balance low throughout the month, okay? And that's what you then pay interest on. So I went through and I figured out the interest on the average. So all I did was, this is very conservative, very vague. So these numbers won't be exact, but it's a pretty good guess of where things will be if you can stick to your numbers. If you can stick to this $3,600 of everything else like you have been doing. So in doing this thing is paid off. Look, we're negative here. In month 14, we are negative. So in month 13, we're going to have this thing paid down to $518. So in the 14th month, this is just the way the spreadsheet rolled out, but you're going to have this paid off in 14 months. Okay. 1 year and 2 months versus, what was it? 39 versus 3 years and 3 months. Okay. You didn't do anything different. You didn't get a side gig. You didn't start selling your plasma, making more money, cutting any costs. Your kids still get the same amount of toys they always do, or whatever it is that you spend your money on. Okay. But if you can just change where your money goes first for a little over 1 year, boom, that credit card debt is gone. Now, the trick is not to run it back up, okay? You're used to living like this, keep living like that. Now take that money and that you've earned the extra, instead of putting it into the credit card. Obviously, the credit card's paid off. You can't make that, so now you could put it back in your checking account. But be careful with that credit card, okay? Just watch what you spend every month. Make sure that you are hitting, you spend no more than that $3,600 that you entrusted yourself with, right? So if you go in and doing this and, you're 6 months in, you got to pay down to $5,000. It's like, oh, I can go buy a big ass TV or go buy something stupid, but you just dug your grave right back to where you were. So, this to me is super simple, and to get out of this 29% credit card debt, oh my God, that's eating. Look at how much you're paying here, $5,000 over little over 3 years. That's nuts. All right, that's a third of it. So, hope this helps, and keep on keeping on, and good luck, everybody. Let me know if you got any questions. We're here to help. Thanks.